Horns up and welcome to another episode of Thrive Presents Pizza Wars. Before I introduce the pizza today, please allow me to introduce my special guest, Roxanne, aka the Tiny Taster. Hello, Roxanne.
Hello, thank you for having me. I feel like I'm back.
Yes, you're back.
I'm back after Burger Wars.
Yes, if you haven't seen Burger Wars 2022, Roxanne was one of the judges for the grand finale. So she's had her share of burgers and now we've got her to have some pizza. So before we get into this, Roxanne, I have to first very quickly ask you, what makes a good pizza for you?
I feel like it needs to be just three basic things. A good pizza base, like the bread, good toppings and good cheese. I'm all about the cheese.
All right. And a quick question. What is your favorite crust? What kind of pizza crust do you normally like? Like what style?
I personally prefer a slightly thinner crust, but I'm not superbly fussy. I just don't like it if it's too bready. Like if it's too thick and it's too chewy, then not so
a
much.
Fan. All right. As usual, we're in a noisy area of Bombay. We're in where? Fort? This is Fort or Kala Ghoda?
This is Kala Ghoda.
You can see lots of moving vehicles, honking vehicles. So, okay. So, we are at Americano. Just in case it's not been obvious, we are at Americano to try their pizza. I've obviously eaten at Americano. I actually love their pizzas and I would say they are one of my favorites in the city. How do you feel about Americano? Have you eaten their pizzas?
Oh, yeah. I've eaten at Americano a couple of times, eaten their pizzas. No complaints whatsoever.
All right. So, let's see if it still continues to, yes.
That's
all right.
Nice.
So, we've got, that's the Americano pie. And this is basically their spicy salami and I want to say something de latte, I told you.
Yeah, it's the cheese.
Yeah, this is cheese basically.
You're gonna eat spicy?
You know, this is not Indian. This is not Goa chorizo.
Okay,
this is the non-spicy European chorizo.
Looks good.
Yeah, so let's just dig right in. I mean,
should I?
Yeah, go for it. I learned a fun fact. The reason they don't cut it all the way is because in transit they don't want it to move around.
Yeah, I feel like I just took half my toppings.
Make sure you get your cheese.
Yeah. I got the cheese, not so much.
It's all on there.
Perfect.
Okay, so I mean, I like hot. It is hot. I like the char on the crust. Ooh. You want to take a second? You can.
Yeah, I'm going to, otherwise I'm going to burn my fingers. Okay, let's go.
It's got a nice fold. Let's dig in. You get some of the crust.
That is a good pizza.
Nice big hit of salt, seasoning. Most important, a lot of places don't get that.
I like that the ratio, like there's enough cheese to topping and even the bread. It's not a thin crust, obviously, but it's not super thick either. And it just works.
The crust is great. It's really good crust. I mean, so I listened to this podcast of Alex talking about pizza and fermenting the dough and all that stuff. And I feel like I taste that in the food. Like it's really good pizza.
This gets my vote, for sure. For sure. Not the most graceful thing to eat on camera.
But that's okay.
I feel like you always choose these things, like it's a burger or
a pizza.
And everything is slathered all over, but it's hot, it's fresh. It's delicious. It really is. I'm going to get to the crust this time.
Yes, the crust is...
It has like a bite to it.
Yeah. Like it's got a crunch.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're chewing. You know when you get like just dough?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that. It feels nice. It's got a nice bite. Great pizza. I'm finishing this.
Yeah, that's the idea. But do you have enough to score it on a scale of 1 to 10? We'll let Roxanne finish coughing. Should we get you some water?
No. I think I just woofed this down super fast.
But All right. So you have enough to give this a score on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh yeah, I needed 2 bites for that.
All right. Roxanne, what is your score for the Americano pizza?
Give it a 9 and even super generous, 9.5 on 10 for sure.
So your final score is?
9.5.
9.5 from Roxanne. I'm not as generous as Roxanne, but I would say this is definitely an 8.8 for me. An 8.8 and a 9.5.
I'll give it a 9.5 for sure. And that's surprising because usually I was like, oh, I would hold back. But this has come out, like, especially if you eat it fresh and hot. So I don't know how this will travel.
Oh no, we're not judging traveling. We're just judging like how does it taste right
No, but
out
I
of
feel
the
like
oven.
if someone sees this and says, "Oh, it's got great reviews," and then wants to order it home, maybe it's gonna go down to like a 8 or a 7.5 because I don't know how it travels. But if you came to Americano and you ate it straight on the table, you're not-
9.5
yeah.
from her, 8.8 from me. And I will say this in my limited experience of reviewing pizzas. The moment a pizza goes in the box, the quality and the taste starts to change.
Why'd
Just
you
a
say
little
that?
fun fact. Because the bread, the sauce, the cheese starts to cool, it loses fluidity. The crust starts to become soggier if it's a crispy pizza. So literally the moment the pizza goes in the box,
Yeah.
till your house, the deterioration in quality is quite large.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't think it'll travel that great, so it won't be the same taste.
Yeah, so if it's not a 9.5, don't be upset. Come to Americano and eat it. And then if it's not a 9.5, you can talk to us about it. Anyway, that's been a pizza review from us. But let's find out what the serial eaters think.
Hi, I'm Simran.
David.
Hi, Nitika here.
Hi, I'm Percy. I live in Vadala and I'm always hungry.
All right, I hope you're hungry now, Percy.
You bet.
This is thin crust.
So this is the Naples style pizza, which
Okay.
is a little thick on the edges and quite thin and floppy in the center. Obviously, your first time eating Naples then.
Yeah, that's all. But it's good. It's not like otherwise how you said. It's usually pretty hard if you.
You
buy
prefer the crispier base.
little bit crispier than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually really like thin droopy pizzas, so this is really doing it for me.
The crust is good. The sauce is like, too good. And cheese and everything's like perfect.
Awesome.
I like this.
Even though it's cold, the crust is still not that chewy.
I don't feel like speaking. I just keep on eating, keep on.
A little bit salty, but overall it's a really good pizza.
Good, even though it's cold. A little on the salty side for my liking, but
Sauce, it's really good.
It's got all the chorizo oils in
Yeah,
it.
I
No?
know.
That pork and tomato combo is like
Too
winning.
good.
I wish there was a little extra cheese,
Okay.
because I like a little more cheesiness as well, but the sauce is really nice. The salami is really nice.
And the salami is good.
I like it. Everything is like there in it.
Good, not bad as well.
I rate this 9 on 10.
I'd say a solid 7.5.
7.
7 on 10.
Alright, folks, that's a wrap on the pizza review for Americano. I've shared my verdict, Roxanne shared hers, and the serial eaters have shared theirs. We'll see you on the next episode of Thrive Presents Pizza Wars. Until then, cheers and keep eating. And if you live in Bombay, please stop honking if you own a car. Thank you. Okay, now the traffic will move. So you're breaking your keto for this?
Yep.
Oh shit. Alright. Anyway, we'll see you on the next episode of Very Loud Noises on the Bombay Streets. But cheers and keep eating. We'll do one more. हाँ हटा रहा हूँ 1 minute.